guys, welcome back to Rage of the Titans, and we're playing season 2 now. Episodes 1, probably 1, 2, and 3. I'm probably just gonna do it all in one go because that's just the easiest to be. And my daughter is here right now being a weirdo. Almost bedtime. Almost quite there. But, yeah. Okay. You crest the hill and find a taller mountain lies ahead. Okay, let's press play. And last time, she's nicking a crack. That looks so freaking cool. Oh, are we gonna start to get our powers in? Oh, that will be freaking awesome, dude. That will be flipping awesome. Yeah, last time they left us on a freaking banger of like a cliffhanger. What the heck? It was like Tom just like strolls up like, oh hey, how you doing? I'm like, bitch, we've been looking for you this whole time. You crazy? Wow. Absolutely wow. This was taking a minute to load, but it's finally seems like it's going through. But yeah, man, that was absolutely wild. So let's see if you have any explanations for that or what the heck is going on. Chapter 1, Devil in the Murky Water. The music is a tad loud. So let's pop that down just a little bit. Okay. It was difficult to see something behind the smoke at first. But then I saw an instantly recognizable silhouette in the distance. The closer he was, the more I was getting a strange feeling enchaining my chest. A mix of relief and horror. Hey there, sister. Oh, hey there, me. Glad to see me again? That depends on if you tell me why you were missing. Tom? What? How? No time to discuss it. Get back into the house. He smiled nervously and started pushing me back to the gates. No, hold on. How? How is it possible? Melody, we'll talk later. If you mean as soon as we get in the house, and that's one thing. But, so sick of people in the story are like, oh, we'll talk later. Let me keep the information from you because I think it's best. His usually soft voice was dry and strict now. I couldn't remember ever seeing him like this. My confusion about the situation shifted into unusual fear. What's going on? It can't be. Everyone, get inside. Now. I turned to Hades. She was looking at the horizon worriedly. Tom kept pushing me inside without letting me collect myself. Everyone scattered around the room quickly. Scattered? Where'd they go? Tom? But what's going on here? I'll explain later. You keep saying that. We've got a problem. He looked at Hades searchingly. She sighed heavily and took Tom aside, but started talking quietly. Are they kidding us? What do I do? Make Tom explain himself, keep listening, or return to other problems? In this story, you're not going to make nobody do nothing because they don't want to tell you the truth anyway. They never do. So I'm at least going to keep listening in. Return to other problems. There's no other problem that's been more important than this. I just been trying to solve the mystery. Where the fuck my brother is at? And here he is right in front of me. Just fucking la la la. And we're back to this. Oh, I'll tell you the truth later. Or never. Theo nudged my side and muttered something, but I ignored him. All my thoughts were busy with the conversation between Hades and Tom. Why is he talking to her? How come he didn't even explain anything to me? It's a sentence or two? Am I asking for so much? No, you absolutely are not. Like I'm doing good. A hug, maybe even, would have made me felt better about the whole situation. Just like a brief one. I can understand there's a sense of urgency going on right now because obviously we might be under attack. But at the same time, like a quick hug, anything, like it made me feel like he didn't miss her at all. Just rolls up, oh hey sis. Like, how rude. What did you do this time? Nothing we can't fix. So is he getting into trouble? But they spotted me at the border. Did they follow you? I lost them somewhere near the city entrance. Well then, why did you crash? and very quietly and stealthily crashed your car by my house. Right? Hades crossed her arms, looking at Tom judgingly. We'll have to meet up in a safe place. We just need to make sure Melody didn't get into any new trouble. They'll keep an eye on her anyway. It'll be much safer for her if she stays away from us. And there they go, deciding my life again. And it's sad because before all this happened, I actually liked my brother. Now I don't. He's just like them. I expected better from him. You know, I've been like seriously I don't even. Away? No. Away? Could it be happening again? I felt like I was suffocating. Looked around the room desperately before fixing my eyes on Tom again. He was looking at me with worry in his eyes. Melody. Unable to stand still like this, I ran out. What? Do you realize he's already talking about leaving? Okay, I get it, she's overwhelmed. But nothing's gonna make sense until you get answers. And he's finally right here in front of you. I never understood that. I've never understood why people do that. It's like, dude, and does she just pick up on the situation? Like, but I get it. She's young and I don't know. I guess I just wouldn't do that. I need to get out, if only for a few minutes. Alright, but you better hurry up because he might be gone by the time you come back. You should talk to her. She'll understand. I'm doing it for her. I'll understand if you tell me the truth. But somehow I doubt I'll get that. You're doing it for everyone. But you've got no one closer than her. Why are you growling at me? Why are you growling? Huh? She's about ready to go to bed in a little bit. I sat down on the edge of the pool, lowering my feet into the water. It was very quiet outside, and the cool water was soothing. After a while, I heard soft footsteps behind me. Tom approached me and sat down next to me. Hades is right. I should talk to you. Was I around for that conversation? Oh, so now you're listening to Hades? Stop with your sarcasm. No, how about you stop with the secrets and decide my life for me? Then maybe I'll stop with the sarcasm. If things weren't this serious, I'd never agree to something like this. And what are things? What did you expect? That you could just show up without explaining anything? And everything will be fine? I'm sorry, I didn't... What didn't you? I don't hate him. I was worried. I want you to understand, get it. You did what you had to do. No, I don't get it. Because I still haven't explained. Yeah, dude, I'm just trying to get someone to understand how it feels to be me right now. Because nobody does. I took a deep breath to sort my feelings out. You disappeared without saying a word. We were all looking for you, worried sick. Well, mostly me. Actually, no. And a we. Oh, besides Theo, the rest of them didn't care. Let's be honest. Because they already knew. They just didn't tell me. Because they decided they didn't want to. Or they were told that they couldn't. And here you are, coming back as if nothing had happened. And you don't even think of explaining yourself? Listen. No, you listen to me. Actually, you might want to listen to him just a little bit. Whatever the reason is, you should consider all factors. I was trying to protect us all. You put me under fire. I've asked them to look after you. They're doing a crap job of that. Just by not telling me anything, and I'm still running around doing whatever. Because guess what? I don't know stuff. You think I'm going to sit here and not try to find out? Come on. Everything was under control. Under control. Are you sure about that? Situation got out of control more than once. You're growling. She's such a growly baby. I'm here now. Okay. So from now on, everything will be alright. It will if you explain yourself, maybe. Do you believe me? No? I lowered my eyes to the water. He still doesn't explain. What do you mean, believe you about what? The buzzing of my thoughts was cutting out all sound around me. There you are. Tom turned around sharply, covering me with his body instinctively. I didn't expect it and almost slipped into the water. Alright, she's in bed. So, now why did he react to him like that? Just calm down. I was just looking for Mingo. I can't find her anywhere. Okay. Why are you looking for Mingo? Because of all this buzz, I've lost the sight of Mingo. Were you watching her? I wouldn't want it to be another reason for worry. Maybe Mingo is somewhere outside. What the fuck? He doesn't know who Mango is. Like, I could have one thing if we had said the Chimera, but he doesn't know that I named it Mango. He hasn't been here that long to know that. And well, are you thinking of the pet instead of thinking of Heather? What? I'd rather think about your surprising return. Justin's voice became frighteningly quiet. I've just delegated. Almost all of our squad is all over Heather anyway, and no one even thought of the beast. My brother got up. I don't think the Chimera can have gotten far. Where can Mingo be? In the house? No. Backyard. We're in the backyard. On the street. If I don't think it's in the house, then why would I think it's in the kitchen? That last answer didn't even make any sense. Jason and Tom agreed to look around the house again. We decided to meet at the same spot in 15 minutes, and I ran out of the gates. We went to find the Chimera now. Wasn't everybody told to go inside? And then I'm just strolling outside, and y'all let me go by myself. So y'all have everything under control? See, this kind of shit that don't make sense. What if something has happened? I got influence? Oh, that was the right answer. I stepped to the middle of the road and looked around. Do you look both ways? Because in the first episode of this story, we already almost got ran over. Where do I look for her now? Thinking logically, where would a kitten hide? I walked around the street. There was no sign of the Chimera. Where are you? I was getting desperate when I heard quiet rustling in the bushes. There you are. Oh, I forgot how cute she is. Look at her little purr. The creature rushed towards me immediately. I picked the Chimera up, and that's when a black car appeared from around the corner. And they have it under control, though. I stepped back to the curb to get out of the road, but instead of driving by, the car stopped next to me. The window slid down slowly. Pierce was in the driver's seat. Hello again. Hello, Melody. We'll meet again. What a lovely creature. He gave me a sly smile, pressed the Chimera against myself. It's pretty late, don't you think? We can talk tomorrow, maybe? Melody, you're misreading the situation. We're talking now. Get in the car, I'll have to force you. And I really don't want to have to. His voice sounded pretty threatening. I had no doubts about the seriousness of his intent. I'm waiting. Okay. Get involuntarily, refuse, or tell him to go to hell. I want to tell him to F off. However, he could be a new god. In which case, I don't have my powers because, of course, I wasn't given the opportunity to even practice with that because they decided my life for me. At the same time, I don't want to get in. I don't have a choice here. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be about to be getting this car one way or another, unless somebody just happens to come outside and have everything under control again. I'm not gonna let that go. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. And because he started down this rabbit hole, he threw me into the fire whether he's around or not. This is exactly what she was saying. So honestly, there's no point in refusing. We might as well just get in. Save ourselves some time. I don't think I have any option here. Pierce doesn't feel human, and considering everything that's going on, even if I scream or cry for help, I don't think anyone will get here in time. Melody? Quiet rustling came from the back seat, and Sybil showed up. Come on, Melody. Don't be shy. We won't bite. We just want to talk. As if I believe you, okay. Even if someone hears my scream and comes, there might be a fight. There are clearly more people in the house than in the car. But I don't know which side might end up stronger. It's too risky to get in a fight without knowing. Fine. I'm getting in. Mango whined quietly. Hush, baby, hush. I'm not a fan of this idea either. Good girl. I'm not a fucking pet. I propped myself up on my elbow looking around. What the fuck? Did I go asleep? It was early morning. You fell asleep? What? Aha! Chris was standing by the window with his arms crossed, smoking a cigarette. Inside? Gross. He didn't look as frightening anymore, though his business suit still made him look formidable. Thank you for getting into the car. I highly evaluate your ability to think rationally. I touched my head. How are you feeling? Why did I touch my head? Did they knock me out? What the fuck? What for? I got in the car. So why you hit me? You kidding me? You know what? That's exactly to be expected. They're trash. They're trash. And we already knew they were trash. Because they're new guys. All new guys are trash. Like, totally necessary. What? You didn't want me to know how I got here? Like, what would be the purpose? Like, even if Hades and crew knew where to find you, which I'm sure they could have figured it out by now, had they been trying to, then it's not like they can do something. Like, I'm sure they would have done something already, if they could have. So then what was the point of knocking me the fuck out? See, that pissed me off. Everybody pissed me off in the story. It's alright, Betty. Stroked the chimera on her head and turned to Pierce. Mango settled down by my feet comfortably. Lovely creature. Yeah, you said that already. Shut up. He walked to the fridge, got a mineral water bottle. Of course, it's mineral water. And offered it to me. I threw it next to me on the sofa. Drink it. You'll feel better. But I ain't drinking. I don't care if it seems like it's closed. You already hit me in my head. You're not above drugging me. No. You want to talk to me? I gave Pierce a questioning look. He cleared his throat quietly, preparing for a serious conversation. I don't know how much you discussed with Tom already. What? Saying the fact that you pulled up the moment that I got outside meant that you were watching the house. Meant that you knew when he crashed, and so you know how long he's been there, and you know that he's been gone. So when would I have had time to discuss with him anything? Tom showed up, and in a matter of minutes, I was back outside. Like, I'm saying all of 10 minutes passed, maybe, max. But I'm pretty sure he's already ruined the first impression. Do you know Tom is back already? Sweetheart, he pulled up the moment you stepped outside. He was watching. What do you mean? But how? I know enough. And still, I wouldn't want you to jump to conclusions. Sounds reasonable. Good thing you understand it. Where's that girl? Sybil? Pierce smiled discreetly. She's not here. I sent her on an errand. I wonder what. Do you have any questions now? All the questions. Who are you? What are you after? What do you want from me? About nothing, really. Let's start with what the fuck you want. To save humanity. Highly doubtful. How am I supposed to understand that? As it is, people are the greatest creation of the universe. And your ideas about humans are wrong. What do you mean? Who's stronger? What do you think? A human? Or a god? It was a rhetorical question. If you thought we were trying to capture the power and enslave humans, Pierce laughed. It even sounds insane. If we wanted to enslave people, we'd have done it a long time ago. We had enough power to destroy Olympus, after all. So, you'd have enough power to destroy the Earth as well? Exactly. But we didn't. Okay. If we're talking about you specifically, I want you not to jump to conclusion. Yeah, you keep saying that. You've taken our side once. But because of your curse, I have to have the same conversation with you over and over again. Have we talked about it? In your past life. I know you're aware you don't have much time. Yeah, in a sense. And judging from what I've seen, you don't have all the information. Pierce wanted to put his hand on my shoulder, but he stopped himself. Good. Bitch, don't touch me. He turned to me, crossed his legs, and sighed deeply. But what's the point of these questions if I'm not getting any answers? You notice that, right? Like, he ain't really answer nothing. He wants to save humanity. How? He wants me to take their side again. Why did I do it the first time? And take their side, what does that mean do it? Am I working with them? And how? What am I doing? See, I'm still not getting any answers. So these questions are stupid. Your brother calls us the new gods. It's a disputable statement, but it is what it is. He shrugged and looked into the distance. Who are you really? Contextually, I guess you can think of us as gods. But over the long years we've been on the earth, we've decided to ditch the god concept. So what are you now? I prefer us to be called the Keepers. Keepers are supposed to be associated with peace and harmony. So far, I'm not seeing it. Not all Keepers. Think about the Timekeepers on Loki. Those bitches were violent as hell. He smiled again. I agree. We don't pick the peaceful ways often, but our methods are always effective. You know, there's something I'd like to show you. What do you mean? Close your eyes. I want to share a memory with you. Maybe then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Hidden from outsiders, this temple was a place where the 11 gods were supposed to gather. But right now it feels more like a castle under siege, surrounded by the monster army. They're all here. Hades stopped by the entrance. There was clear doubt in her movements. Her hand landed on the gate softly, about to open them, but something was stopping her. Man? They're not even going to tell us his name? Because it's not Pierce. I like his outfit. Still an asshole. Shouldn't worry so much. You've chosen the option that was the most comfortable for yourself. Finish your part of the deal, and we'll do what we agreed upon. He stepped closer, covering her palm with his. I must be sure you're not lying to me. Have I ever lied to you? Look what you got left with. Don't. The underworld kingdom you got against your own will. It was my lot. Love taken by force, for which everyone else judged you. Don't. Who loves you? Who respects you? Are you really so horrible everyone else is afraid of you? You did force someone to love you. Just saying. And you chose poorly at that. Because she's trash. But she might be trash now because she was forced to marry somebody she didn't want to be with. What about riches and fertility? What about the things you were supposed to get by your birthright? Zeus doesn't deserve what he has. He's too arrogant. Well, I'll agree with that. And we both know his motives. I'll give you everything back, but you have to do your part. Hades' hands tightened into fists. She pushed the gates open. But he does sound like he's playing you, though. But instead of the 11 gods, there were 11 bodies on the floor of the temple. No. It can't be. The man smirked. What an interesting move. Outplaying me by killing the others. I didn't. Don't trouble yourself. You just made my work easier. I don't think she killed everybody in there. So, okay, let me let them finish the conversation. I looked at Pierce with worry. He was sitting opposite of me, petting the chimera. For some reason, Mango wasn't reacting to him with hostility. Was that a memory? Yes. I share one of my memories with you. You said that before we started. That was us? That's right. The 11 gods of Olympus. In that temple, your lives ended, starting a new cycle. So I was one of the people who died in there. Does it mean that Hades... betrayed us or was trying to protect us? I don't think she expected them to be dead. But then when she opened the gate, though, she was, for all intents and purposes, giving them up so she can get what she wanted. What she felt like she was owed. So, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, that's a betrayal. I mean, yeah, because that's what she wanted to, like, in a sense make Zeus pay and stuff like that and all stuff like that. But I don't think she killed them, though. Something else is afoot. But she did betray them. Could she really be guilty of all this? How could she betray us? I don't know. I guess it was something that influenced her decisions. People don't become villains overnight. You influenced her decision. What the fuck? You showed me the memory of you influencing her, manipulating her. So what do you mean? Something. You did. This one decision doesn't make someone a villain. Maybe not one, but a bunch of continuous decisions. Because she made several decisions there that turned her into a villain. I'm just saying. I guess at the same time she was treated like one. And then went on to further act like one. And I don't know. He smirked. Well, at least Hades was the original reason why you're all here now. The curse, that's on you. It appears a result of these events. Why? Because the gods always think only of themselves. How to bring back their former greatness. How to regain their powers. How to overthrow us and get the power back. Who do you think is stronger? Humans or gods? We're back to this again? This is probably like divinity versus humanity, right? But I've been on a course of divinity this whole time. Sure. Of course, gods. They've got power, magic, incredible strength. What do people have to oppose all that? Pierce gave me a pensive look. And you're the only ones who live both lives at once. What do you mean? Your curse. I'm not sure how exactly you got it. All I know is that you live like normal people. And then at some point you get your memories back and the countdown starts. Are you talking about those 2 weeks? Your brother's countdown started a couple of days ago. So in less than 2 weeks he'll be gone. What do you mean gone? Some random death, an accident, getting hit by a car, hitting his head, or falling. It's the same outcome one way or another. Gods wake up and die in 2 weeks. All except Hades' bloodline. And Murphy, because he's not a god. Because Adrian's been woke for a really long time, since he was little. But he didn't die, obviously. So because Hades wasn't inside there, her and her line wasn't cursed. So I guess both options are correct. So my brother dies in less than 2 weeks. And all the others. But you got your point of view as well. How long does it take them to recycle? And I bet you want to tell me something more. Yes, there's something you should know. But it's only up to you. I won't tell you if you don't want me to. No, you're gonna tell me. Cough it up. I hate that I have to rely on the enemy to give me any information, but here we are. I don't think anyone has ever told you, but gods were created by humans. Makes sense. Are you gonna lecture me on the power of faith? No. You must understand human capabilities have no limits. Some have been using it a while, and some haven't discovered it yet. Some we have to contain and guide it to prevent humanity from destroying itself. Is this why you call yourself the Keepers? Yes. Ever since ancient times, we've been guiding humans. All the time you were gone, humanity was developing itself rapidly under our control. Politics, economics, social aspects. People are developing, discovering new things, and we're keeping an eye on them. So, poverty, wars, war disasters. Are you guilty of those as well? Collateral damage. Of fighting with gods? We can't control how a human will act. We give them the solution for their problem, and however they use it, it's not your responsibility anymore. How are you better than the gods then? Yeah, like, they do a lot of shit, like, put a lot of crap into motion and then just kind of let the chips fall, like, wherever they be. Like, you haven't told me how you're different. You told me how you think that you're different. But you don't want to lose your power either. And I'm pretty sure the situations were reversed. You'd be doing everything trying to get your power back as well. So... And basically you're telling me all these guys are running around on half information because they only have 2 weeks to relearn everything. And they're missing out on details that they've missed in the past however long they've been gone, because we don't know how long those cycles take to restart their course. So obviously they have to grow up again from infancy. Because I remember my childhood, so I had to take all that time growing up. His phone vibrated on the table. When did Hephaestus wake up? Is he not one of the questions? Fell around the table. Pierce cut the conversation short and stepped into the hallway. For a while, all I could hear were quiet, barely discernible phrases. When he came back, his face was frighteningly serious. There have been some complications, and I'll have to ask you to leave. We'll talk later. But what about Melody, I'm asking you. Let's talk later. I need to solve an issue. He waited for me to recollect my thoughts and pick the chimera up, and then he guided me to the exit. This is where we were in the beginning. Is that a coincidence? That just happened to be around here when the last time we were almost hit? But anyway, but that goes back to my question. Why the fuck did they knock me out if you're just gonna let me walk home? So obviously I know where you are. So what was the point of knocking me out if I got into the car? See, they choose violence for no reason. That's my problem. That's my problem. That's what makes you a villain. Okay? That's number one, makes you a villain. Choosing violence for no reason at all. None. I decided to walk home instead of calling a taxi. I need time to think about the latest events. Mango was running by my feet without attracting people's attention. So, 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks. The realization of what was about to happen settled down as an unpleasant residue of my thoughts. I wasn't paying attention to anything, ignoring the cars and people passing by. But please tell me you're watching where you're going, you're not going to get hit by a car again. The world consisted of a single tiny person right now. It was just me. I mean, just because you know that you're going to die, you have to die in 2 weeks, doesn't mean that you can't die right now. So I'm going to need you to focus. Just me. Hey, you there. The small boy ran to me and hugged me at a run. But as he noticed the chimera, he let go of me immediately. What a pretty cat. The pet was wary about the kid at first, but as she realized there was no threat, she started snuggling up to him immediately. What's his name? What's your name? Why did you hug me? Mango? Why are you alone here? Where's your mom? I'm waiting for her. She'll come get me soon, and we'll go home. She has so much work, but I know she's trying her best. Okay. Well, that's an adorable relationship you have, but, why did you hug me? He beamed. And then I noticed she decided to come say hi. Hi. I was looking at the boy playing with the chimera, and something inside scratched me unpleasantly. Could it be what Pierce was talking about? If they're trying to be the keepers for the humans, and the archaic gods thinks they're above them, could I be doing the right thing? What are you doing? What do you mean the right thing? I'll try to save everyone. Who is everyone? Are you talking about humans or are you talking about your friends? Because to be fair, I guess on their side, they were trying to keep me from being woken up so that I wouldn't die. I'll make the necessary sacrifice. What's the necessary sacrifice? What am I sacrificing? Hold up, because that depended. That's a broad statement to make. Especially when I don't know all the clues. I know this is probably divinity and humanity, and I'm making a necessary sacrifice to probably divinity, but I'm not with that right now. So look, nah, doesn't matter what it might cost me. I'm trying to save everyone. Gods, humans, what deserve to live in peace and understanding. And since I'm involved in it anyway, I'll go to the end. Melody. I turned to the familiar voice. Adrian rushed out of his car and he abandoned practically in the middle of the road. Well, he ran to me and hugged me tightly. I've been worried sick for you. Where have you been? We've been looking for you everywhere. Tom said you went to look for the chimera but never returned. We called you, but to no avail, guess your phone is out of charge. Adrian kept talking, not letting me go. Only after a while I managed to pull away. I'm fine. I'm alright, I promise. Physically you are, but morally? What happened to you? Morally? That was a strange way to ask that. Don't you mean mentally? Emotionally? Morally? What? I guessed the boy who was by our side the entire time, and then noticed a woman walking towards us briskly. Oh, it's my mom. I should get going. See you around. But why specifically did you come to me to hug me? Like, why did you pick me out of the crowd of people walking around? Did you decide, I'm going to go say hi to her? It's because I had a pet. He petted the Chimera again and ran to the woman. She hugged him and took his hand, smiling at us as they left. So, what happened? Where have you been? I've met one of those called the New Gods. Yeah? And what did he tell you? I hope he didn't hurt you. Or else. Or else what? If I tell him the truth, I'll go up against Pierce. But if I lie to him, it'll mean I'm actually doubting if the gods are doing the right thing. Yeah, I'm doubting that because they haven't told me what they're doing. It's also complicated. So what should I choose? Tell him the whole truth. Tell some truth. Or lie plausibly. Ha ha ha! How the tables have turned. I have the truth, and I don't have to tell him the full thing. And I don't want to, so I will not be telling him the whole truth. Because I don't care to, out of spite. I am just that mad. I am still that mad. Even with the new context of that he didn't want me to wake up and die. But see, that's not what he said. You see, he had the opportunity to tell me about the curse then, but he left some important key details out. And I'm already awoke, so what was the purpose of him not telling me that then? Even in that moment, he was lying to me. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, let's stop have a hot pause. I asked y'all last time to help me choose an LI. Here was the consensus. If Marshall was an ally, I would be with him. But since I'm not, I'm with X or Z. And y'all have a perfect tie between Murphy and Adrian. You guys are not helpful. No. I'm kidding. Thank you for voting. But yeah, it came out to pretty much almost perfect tie. So it's like, it's up to you. So I guess we're still going to be gathering information for now. And we'll see. Yo, well then, but that's another reason why I don't like Adrian. It's like, I like him, but then he does this, and I don't trust him. And they want me to be truthful, but you won't give me the same courtesy. So I should flat out lie, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell someone the truth. He was trying to get me to take their side, convincing me they weren't that bad, and that being a god is having your own pitfalls. What do you mean? I've yet to understand it, really. We heard honking behind us. Adrian parked the car properly. In a couple of minutes, he returned holding his phone. I told everyone you're fine. Hades and Tom told me that since everything is all right, they're leaving for an urgent meeting. They'll be gone until tomorrow. Heather is still unconscious. Hades prohibited everyone from bothering her. Why? The awakening is harder for her this time than usual. We don't quite understand yet why, but we shouldn't risk disturbing her. But what about... It's gonna be fine, don't worry. I'm more worried about these 2 weeks. I get it's not the best time, but you should take your mind off it all. So... He's still not gonna tell me that I'm gonna die in 2 weeks. Do you understand that? They still haven't told me. Like, I don't know if she would have mentioned it if I had her tell the whole truth. But without that prompting, he's still lying by omission. It makes it feel so smarmy. I'll have to take you somewhere. Adrian, it's not the best idea. We can't help anyone with anything right now. That's not true. At this point, there's no turning back for me. So you could help me with information. One night, I won't take no for an answer. My brother, who I've been looking for, and who you knew where he was at, just came back. And I barely had time to talk to him. And you're taking me away for no answer without even telling me where they're going? Like, you just telling me to take my mind off of it. It's not gonna make shit just fucking disappear. Because y'all still think y'all have everything under control. I was just kidnapped. Okay? Like, what kind of delusion do you want me to live under? This is not a way for me to live. And you don't get to decide. Telling me you don't take no for an answer, that's fucking creepy. Breathe. Okay. I nodded and Adrian smiled victoriously. We got into the car and headed to my apartment. Wait for you in the kitchen, okay? Sure. I just need to change. Okay. Let me try to calm down. But do you guys understand why I'm upset with him? Like, I get that he can also be sweet. I get that. And he's cute. But I can't get past that. I can't get past that. Like, I took a shower quickly and returned to my room and stared at the shelves. What we got? Peach Blossom. Casual Sabotage. Or Comfy. All not bad. All of them are not bad. She just looks like a badass with that. Come on. I'll take it. Well, you know what this will go good with? Am I gonna fix my hair too? Are you ready? Nah, 1 second. Ready? Almost. Just my hair now. Oh, I didn't know what we were gonna do right here. I like the one that I just had on other than this. Back in we go. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm ready. Adrian appeared in the doorway. Gorgeous as always. Alright, let's go. We'll be late. Miko should stay at home. Fine, but why are you in such a hurry? You'll know soon. Prepare for a long road. We drove out of the city. When Adrian turned to one of the hills, I figured his plan out. We stopped at the top. Surprisingly, there was no one else there at this time. Is this why you're taking a pickup instead of your car? You want to have an evening picnic? You've guessed it. He smiled, getting some blankets and a basket with food from the back seat. Make yourself comfortable, and tell me if you're cold. We settled on the edge of the trunk, wrapped in the warm blankets. Adrian poured us 2 cups of warm cocoa and got snacks. The view of the city was breathtaking from the hill. The sun was almost down, but New York was shining with its twinkling lights throughout the twilight. Hope it's gonna be fine. I don't know if I should be worried about Jason. The situation with him is getting out of control. I wonder how Theo is doing over there. We left him alone with Heather. I hope he'll be fine. Murphy must be going crazy with all responsibility in our relationship. Adrian touched my shoulder softly. Are you tired? A bit. I didn't bother him with my thoughts. He's worried about me already. All this means so much to me. Yeah, not our best days. I'm sorry. His words surprised me. I couldn't even find a reason for him to be sorry. I can find several. What are you talking about? I didn't want it to go this way. I know how you wanted it to go. Back then in my car, I overreacted. I had no right to tell you all these things. It's just, I don't want to lose you. I understand. But that's not for you to decide. If I'm going to find out, don't lie to me to keep me from finding out. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. How about we instead fix our time on fixing the curse? I guess I don't know if they have already or not, because they haven't told me. That's the thing. So I don't know if they are working on trying to fix the curse. Because how long has this been going on? They still don't have an answer? Do they not have an answer because, like, or did you not tell me because you don't want me to work with them again? See, now I don't know. This is supposed to be a nice moment. Let me just mellow in it. You won't. You already have. I can't decide if I'm being too aggressive against him. Do you understand what I'm saying, though? I'm not vibing with it from all the lies. Let's just see. It's gonna be alright. I'll always be there for you. I put my head on his shoulder and looked at the city. Might as well gather some information. The sun was hiding behind the horizon slowly. Soon the last rays disappeared. I missed evenings like this so much. I remember how we used to run away and get out of the city. You, me, your favorite sweets in the whole world. We didn't care about a thing in the world. And it's so complicated now. All these curses, my brother, this divine stuff. Why does everything have to be so complicated? I pulled away from him and looked him in the eye. Adrian looked down with a guilty air as if he was blaming himself. We were born this way. And we have no other choice rather than accepting it and seeing it to the end. Or the choice you chose, which is to hide it from me. And you weren't born cursed, apparently. Or are you saying... Did he know me before? He couldn't have. Is this his first life? I wish I could escape it all. I smirked. You know, right now, the idea of a simple human life doesn't seem so strange to me. A house somewhere at the ocean shore. A dog, a big tree in the yard. The classic perfect family picture. It all seems so far away now. So unattainable. 2 weeks. Adrian looked at me, and I couldn't contain my tears. I don't want it to happen. So are we going on as if I told him that I knew about the 2 weeks? Because he didn't tell me about the 2 weeks. So is that what... See, I think the game's dialogue is messed up in some ways. Because now it's acting like he knows that I know about the 2 weeks. So it's saying that that's why he didn't explain it to me at this point. And that's just really confusing to me. Like, I feel like the game should get its facts straight. So I feel like the story's dialogue is kind of like the paths don't mesh up. Like, it seems like it pushes you along a certain path anyway. So I kind of feel like I'm being railroaded here. It's like I feel like I'm playing choices. So that's not good. Adrian covered me with his blanket, pressing me to his side. Hush, come on, don't cry. We'll overcome it all. For real. I muttered something back. Remember how you used to cry because of the exams in high school? Back then it seemed like the whole world was against us. You thought it was the biggest problem in your life. It was really horrible. But you powered through, as with so many other things. But we're not taking exams now. But back then you thought of them as the end of the world. Just think of it all as another exam. He let go of me, wiped the tears from my face, and took my hands. It's gonna be alright. I promise. Do you believe me? No. I nodded, unsure. I never doubted him, but these events were driving me mad. I was doubting myself. Flunking the stupid exam was the last thing I wanted. I do. Adrian smiled brightly. He leaned in and left a soft kiss on my lips. I felt feverish from the warmth of his lips. I gave in to my emotions and answered his kiss. I reached out and kissed him again, but there was nothing vulgar about it. Just the untold words, feelings, and warmth I thought I'd lost. Adrian, I'm sorry as well. You have nothing to apologize for. Still, I snuggled up to him, putting my head on his shoulder. We sat quietly looking at the night city. Words seemed unnecessary. I felt so calm next to him, as if I was home. He was my home. The sound of his phone caught us by surprise. Who's that? Theo. He pulled the blanket off his shoulders and answered the call. Guys, come over as soon as you can. What happened? Heather woke up. I'm just gonna... Episode 2. All the secrets are closer than they seem. I'll take your word for it. This is a really cool art, though. That looks really freaking cool. Okay. Wait, what are we doing at the club? Chapter 2, Between Tomorrow and Never. Oh, this is what they have, Heather? The drive took more time than I expected. Apparently we were returning not to the Newman's house, but to their club. We got down to the basement level. Adrian led me through a narrow hallway and we ended up in a strange chamber. The strange chamber. The moment I stepped into it, my brother grabbed me into a bear hug. That's all I wanted from you? What do you mean, my brother? I thought him and Hayes were gonna be gone till tomorrow. Oh, we spent the night with what's the name, right? Okay, we spent the whole night with him. But this is all I wanted last time. Even just this would have made me feel better about the whole thing. But now it's an after effect, and I don't know how to feel about it. Let's just see how it goes. Finally, you're here. Melody, I'm so glad you're alright. This is misplaced. There should have been their reunion talk. As soon as they got into the house, he's like, quickly get into the house. And then he should have grabbed me to the bear hug and said this. And that would have set the whole tone different. The entire tone would have been different from their point on. Now I don't know how to feel about it. He let me go and turned to Adrian. Did anyone follow you? No, I was cautious. Where is she? Where's Heather? Is she alright? Don't worry. She's over there. He pointed to the other side of the chamber. I looked closer and noticed two silhouettes. One of them was definitely Heather's, but the other... Hephaestus? I'm so glad they're both fine. I drew a sigh of relief. They were discussing something animatedly. They looked so... happy. Like best friends who haven't seen each other in years. That's Probably because it's true. If she just awoken, then yeah, they haven't seen each other in a while. What do? Approach Heather and Hephaestus, stay with Adrian, wonder where Thea is, find out where Jason is. This sounds like a relationship choice. I'm between going, wondering where Thea is, and approaching Heather and Hephaestus. I feel like we're in a good place with Theo. We might need a bit more work with Heather and Hephaestus. I don't choose them often. So let's go see. Or should I take the Theo choice? Let's go see. I headed towards them without thinking twice. Heather smiled, got up from the table she was sitting on, and approached me. Heather. Not anymore. So it's true. You've woken up. Of course, silly. Okay. Aphrodite. Yeah, I could have figured. From the way that people responded to her over time, it made sense. I can't wait for you to wake up too. Oh wait, so I'm not awakened? She laughed quietly. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh, I guess since I don't have my memories. Wait, am I in some kind of weird in-between space? I'm not woken? Hold up. Or is the process slow because I don't have... No, she just randomly woke up. Nobody explained anything to her. She just randomly woke up. I'm confused about my state. Am I not awoken? No, but it said that I have 2 weeks. So, I never finished the sentence. My brother called out to us. Aphrodite and Hephaestus appreciate your attention. Hey everyone. Apollo. I didn't even notice. Have they all been calling him Apollo the whole time? I didn't notice. House meeting. Come on, get to the table. We've got things to discuss. Apollo hurried everyone to the center of the chamber. We were moving slowly, almost unwillingly. The fatigue of the previous days was taking its toll. Where are the others? You, me, Melody, Aphrodite, and Hephaestus are all here. Your mom's about to join us. Theo's not awoken yet. I'm here. That's not a bad suit. And not alone. Hey, what's up? Everyone turned to the familiar voices. Murphy, carrying a huge bag, followed Hades into the chamber. He threw it behind the nearest column, approached us, and sank into a chair next to me lazily. Adrian sat by my right side, and Aphrodite and Hephaestus sat opposite us. Did you miss us? You bet. Have you sorted everything out? She's gonna be giving everybody that look now. While they were discussing the latest events, I turned to my brother. What is this place and why have we gathered here? It's a hideaway. Hades used magic to create a safe zone where the newly awoken gods can't be traced. So right now it's the safest place for us in all of New York. Maybe that's where that strange whisper was coming from. I thought I was just hearing things back then. Yeah, because they told you that you were. So, you've been here this whole time? No, it's a bit more complicated with me going missing. Let's discuss the matters at hand first. Not letting me ask another question, he stepped to Hades, standing behind her back. So, there's a traitor among us. The chamber turned dead silent. I heard quiet, guttural growling. Sure, it's not the best news, but it's not our biggest problem. What could be worse? Our biggest problem right now is the time frame. There's another one. Her brother. Poseidon? What's wrong with him? Not that brother. Let's clear things up. First, tell us about Tell me about this curse. Wait, do I get to choose all of them? Okay, what do I want to know about the most? The curse, the traitor, the brother. I feel like I need a basic understanding of what they think the curse is, so I can compare information. Your brother. If she's not talking about Poseidon, Zeus maybe? But anyway, our curse. It's simple. I should have guarded my notes better. He sighed. What do you mean? We were losing the battle with the new gods. When we all gathered at the temple, we had to take prompt action. Long story short, you all died and were reborn as humans. Can you just give me the long story? How did we die? What notes? Every lifetime you wake up at some point, get your divine memory back, and become a huge pain in your arse. Well put. What do you mean, died? Can we die before we wake up? This never happened before, but I can't guarantee it as I haven't tried. Awesome. So, the time frame until the new cycle is 2 weeks after your memories come back. We can lift the curse only if we wake up all at once. So you know how to lift the curse. So the new gods are stopping everyone from waking up? Well then why would he give me information and tell me about the curse? Let me just keep clicking. But there's a trick. Okay, here we go. And that's when we'll return to the question about your brother. Okay, well then let's talk about the brother then. Which one? Is the biggest issue right now. He's missing. Are you kidding me? Do we have a club of missing brothers or something? Just wait. Maybe he'll just show up like Apollo? Who's the brother? I screwed up my face and turned away. Adrian poked me with his finger softly, trying to distract me. Please stop being annoyed with me. I've apologized. He might have. I was so mad that I honestly probably forgot. That means his apology wasn't good enough. let's look at that straight though. And I still have plenty of reasons to be mad at you, so don't tell me how to feel. How about that? No, this one won't just show up. I don't even know if I should be happy or upset about it. Here's the thing. It's impossible to kill Zeus. So he must be around somewhere. So he's not been being cycled? What do you mean it's impossible to kill him? Did he die back then or not? So he's immortal? You could put it that way. The problem is, I really don't want to say it, but we need him to lift your curse. If we manage to break the curse, you'll be free. Okay, so he's not cursed either. Okay, so Hades wasn't in there, and Zeus also wasn't in there, or he was in there, he just wasn't dead? Well, if he was in there, then he would have came out when they opened the gates. So, where the fuck was he? Then we could take the new gods on again and defeat them. We already did it once. I don't think it's going to be that simple. Now that Pierce has almost all the power. Why are you trying to fight them anyway? How about, can we start at that point of the story? Like, why are y'all fighting? If y'all, it's practically impossible. Okay, tell me about the traitor. There's a reason the new gods always get ahead of us. We can keep something secret, but one way or another, they always know where we are. And they know what's going on. So there's really a traitor among us. Hold on. If they know so much, how come we're still here? I'm sure it's not a problem to just kill us. Consider us lucky. At most, we're collateral damage and they have a higher goal. I want to know what it is about. So the meeting with Pierce clearly wasn't my last. Why are you too silent? Hades gave Aphrodite and Hephaestus a stern look. Well, you're talking about grown-up stuff here. As always. What's the point of chiming in? Whatever we do, you've already made a decision. Facts. Fact. Let's get that straight. They're just giving us snippets of information, but they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want to, and we just have to go with it because they're in charge. So that's facts. We're just a workforce here. Apollo snorted with displeasure. Murphy's more useful than you two are. Why? Because he's mad about the situation too? And he's not even a god. Calm down, sweetie. We'll help when it's time. What's wrong with them? Hella's not even like herself. No, because she has her memories back, sweetheart. She's not the same person she was. Similar with Hephaestus, but I mean, honestly, he hasn't changed. He was mad with Hades before, he's still mad at her. She basically ignores me. What? What do you mean basically ignores you? Y'all just talked like not 2 minutes ago. Why is the game acting like I didn't just have a conversation with them? See, it's like it seemed like the path diverges, but then it all comes back into one thing again. And just like certain details didn't happen or did happen. This leaves me really confused on an already really confusing story. Let's just all calm down and figure out what to do next. I can't tell you what to do next when I don't know what happened to begin with. So we need to find Zeus, identify the traitor, and lift the curse. Are we the only people? There's not 11 people in this room. So shouldn't 11 people be awoken? And half people in this room don't even need to be awoken. So isn't that the biggest problem? Finding the rest of the people, waking them up? We can split this up. Half us find Zeus, the other half find the other people. And get them awoken. So now I don't understand. If waking people up is a way to lift the curse, then why were they trying to keep me not awake? When the others had already woken up. Y'all was just going to sacrifice them and let them die again? So are you not trying to break the curse? You see what I'm saying? Yes. And all this in less than 10 days. Yeah. Freaking awesome. I've got an idea, but I need some time. You can wait upstairs for now. Do you need help? Be so kind. It didn't let us finish the conversation. Almost right away, we were guided back to the club and left alone. We'll be right back, just a couple of minutes. Are you gonna be alright? Do you care? Leave me alone. Yep. Princess, are you sure you're alright? No! Thanks for asking sincerely, because I don't believe Adrian when he asks me. Next one asks me that's gonna get a smack in the face. Press my lips and head to the bar kind of decisively. Vexation was overtaking me. Not only have we figured out our previous issues, we've also got a bunch of new ones. The bartender behind the counter smiled at me charmingly, waving at the liquor assortment. The question was either to give in to seduction or to act decently. Should I really? As if noticing my hesitation, the barkeeper put a drink in front of me. Hayes will be back with the info any minute. I can't act irresponsibly. I think the bartender took several gulps of the water. It made me feel a bit better. Someone cleared their throat behind me to attract my attention. Hey, do you mind if I join? Yes, hey, you're looking down. I don't think you'll leave if I say no. So why are you asking me? I still don't have a choice. That doesn't endear yourself to me. I won't. He sat next to me, keeping his distance, as if he was trying not to scare an animal away. I want to talk to you. So much has happened. I think we should clear some things up. Discuss our relationship. We don't have one, but I'm not against it at this point. Sure. His smile grew a bit wider and his shoulders relaxed a bit. Seemed the subject was torturing him. I guess your brother has already told you already that you knew his abduction was staged? No, my brother didn't tell me that because I didn't get the option to have this conversation with said brother. Wait, his abduction was staged? Well, yeah. Yeah, I got that. And you knew about it. But I mean, we sort of figured that, right? I mean, that's probably why you were planted in the police force, to pretend and make sure that the police didn't actually find out anything important. That makes sense, I suppose. So yeah, it would be weird if he didn't know at this point. But at the same time, he was still the first person to break their truth, though. And that's still important to me. He was the first person to give me some actual information. Yeah, it felt really nice to find that out. I want you to know we did it from the best motives. You know, don't tell me about the we, just tell me about how you feel about it. You know, I don't care about what the group mentality is, because y'all just sound like a bunch of crazy cult people. But did it from the best motives. Your safety was and still is my priority. I keep hearing from you about this safety. Have you ever tried to walk a mile in my shoes? Hurt was eating at me like a hungry beast. How could you look me in the eye? All while lying that you're searching for me. I really was looking for him. And when I found him, what changed then? You fit so organically into the human world. I didn't want to take these days away from you, but I had to. I had to. What days? Are you talking about the 2 weeks I have? Look at the rest of my friends in the room. 2 weeks. The true sense of his words hit me. Almost everyone in the room had already signed their death sentence, and Hephaestus was among them. He has still a few days left. The thought made my heart clench. Imagine that any action or word might kill a person. Would you take on such a responsibility? No. But what I wouldn't do is lie to them. If they find out on their own, then I'll be there to guide them. And be honest with them if they have serious questions for me. You know what I mean? It's like, so no, I'm not going to go out of my way to take that away from them. But if they're chose that path for themselves, they're like asking all these questions, and they really want to know, I'm not going to blatantly lie and direct them to the path that I think that they should take. You understand what I'm saying? Because given the choice, I would have chosen this anyway. Because think of how that would have been for me had all my friends around me just suddenly died. And I had no reason why, and I'm just the last one left. It's like the sort of thing about immortality. It's fine until everyone you know and love dies. You think I've just been happy? Just been chilling? It's like, I don't understand. Like, what do I have? Like, Adrian would still be here with me, I guess. Maybe. Who knows what the new guys would have done? You know? Like, Or is that one person think they were holding me at arm's length? But then they didn't keep holding me at arm's length. They wouldn't get the band back together. So that's why I stand on that. The earlier I told you, the earlier you would be gone. I can't live the time I have left with the thought I'm the one to blame for your death. I'm a walking time bomb, Melody. His words stuck with despair and made me think. I took his hand and put my palm on Hephaestus' face, turning him towards myself softly. Look at me. He kept staring at the floor. Please, look at me. I promise you. Finally, our gazes met. I promise nothing's going to happen to you. Not tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow. Not in 2 weeks. We'll fix everything. Do you believe me? How can I not? He took my face in his hands and left a gentle, warm kiss on my forehead. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I wish I didn't have to hide the truth from you. See, that. I'm all about very organic, natural, sincere apologies. Because don't apologize to me and then still railroad me onto your chosen path that you've chosen for me. You see, this is the difference. This is the clear difference. The clear difference. So if he's an LI, right now he's my choice. I'm still between him, maybe Murphy, but Murphy kind of got on my nerves sometimes. He's the first who was ready to reveal it to me. Exactly, that's really important to me. And I'll always be grateful to you for that. We heard footsteps behind us. Oh, there you are. We moved away from each other immediately, like teenagers that got caught doing something improper. Whoops! So I've been gathering information this way and that. However, that didn't go unnoticed. Adrian clicked his tongue frustratedly, sitting down next to me. Oh, I thought that Murphy would have been the one to be angry about that. I guess Adrian should be too. We have some moments, but I'm mad at you too, Betty. Look, we're not actually in a relationship. Just saying. Bye. Barkeep, I'll have whatever she's having, please. It's water. The guys tried to get distracted, starting a casual conversation. All my attempts to get them to talk about the current problems failed miserably. So when I didn't get any attention, I switched to my thoughts. I wonder if Hades is done yet. I should go check. I got up, told the boys to be back, and headed to the office. I was almost there when two silhouettes in the hallway attracted my attention. Theo was talking to some guy. Theo? The guy hurried away the moment he noticed me. I wonder what he's doing here at this hour. Melody? What are you doing here? I came to talk to Hades. Are you? I came to ask about Heather. None of you were answering my call, so I came here. Oh, I'm sorry. Where's my phone? He seemed calm, but I could tell it was just a facade. Yeah, I would be a little upset about that too. There was emotions inside him he could barely fight. Crap, I just don't get it. I really don't want to lie to him. I'm so sick of it all. Look, Heather's alright. She just needs some rest, and she'll be good as new. Yeah, sure. Aren't you tired of believing in this stupid crap? I don't understand. Gosh, you're unbearable. I thought you weren't like the others. Theo smirked, running his hand through his hair. His chest was rising with his quickened breath, and his eyes seemed to wander around the walls. Look, it's gonna be fine. You can handle this. Can you? What's your problem? Mine? Do you think I'm the one who's got a problem? He laughed almost hysterically. You don't remember seeing him like this. You're the problem, Melody. You and the way you treat everything. Oh, the hell do you mean? He approached me, stopping inches away. No one hates you as much as you hate yourself. It's not... You can pretend to be strong. Shield yourself with your savior complex. Pretend you're fine. But what's going on when you're left alone? Are you sure we're talking about me right now? He gave me a reproachful look. You shouldn't... Oh, I should. I should open your eyes. Because this farce must stop. What farce are you talking about? He smirked subtly as if he wasn't buying my confusion. Do you think I'm blind? Look at you. Do you think I don't see how you can't take it anymore? When will you finally understand you're not omnipotent? You're not 911 for everyone. Everyone who's around you, they all have their own motives. When will you finally start thinking about yourself? Give in to emotions or keep them under control. She never gives in to her emotions. I know that's probably humanity, though. But I want to see what she do. I need to feel. I need to feel what she's feeling. Never. I used to through my teeth and clenched my fist involuntarily, trying to contain my emotions, but I barely could. I don't know, alright? Do you think if I had a choice I wouldn't choose myself? Even if you did, you'd still choose the others. That's your problem. Why? Why can't I think about the others? Why is it bad? Because it's not your job to save everyone. You're drowning yourself. Not true? Don't lie. At least to yourself. You're choosing the brother who didn't give a damn about your feelings and stages on abduction. So he knows about that too? How do I know who knows what? You're choosing a friend hiding the truth from you. You're choosing love that's only making your life more complicated. Why are you never choosing yourself? Why are you spending your own resources on something that's not worth you? If I choose myself, someone might get hurt. The words came out of their own. Frightened, I fell silent immediately. Theo just rose his eyes. People suffer every day. Some because their coffee has gone cold, and some because their loved ones are dead. But you choose your own pain. You inflict it on yourself without even fully realizing it. But it's selfish. Healthy selfishness is good. He sighed heavily, took a step forward, and took my hand. Please, I'm begging you. Don't tear yourself apart. You're not alone. My life is one hell of a mess, and I don't know what to do about it. Sometimes fate shows you the way. So, that's why you left? You decided to choose for yourself? Life never gave me many options. But yeah, it was one of the reasons. And I'm glad I finally learned it. We heard hurried clip-clopping of high heels. Oh, Melody, there you are. Hades is waiting for you. But I don't... She turned to Theo and said in a serious voice, Excuse me, you'll have to wait. Melody, please follow me. We were in the middle of a serious conversation. Hades can wait. Excuse me? Bitch, I'm not at her beck and call. This is exactly what Theo was talking about. Dude, that conversation just now? Whoa. I've been slowly liking Theo more and more. Dude, that like put him at like pretty close to the top of my list. Like, him and Hephaestus are coming out swinging this episode. Dude, I am loving the emotions they're putting forth here. Like, they're the only people in the story who are actually making me feel a certain sort of way, and they're consistent with it. You know what I mean? There's no back and forth. Like, because Murphy can often make me feel, like, I feel for him sometimes, like, he'll say, you know, that no one feels this way about me, or he's like, you know, everyone's afraid of how he looks with Cerberus and stuff like that, and he was expecting me to be, you know, scared or find him repulsive, you know, and I feel that, but then you turn around and he's like really like snarky, cocky, it's like, he's kind of giving me like whiplash with this kind of, when he jerks back and forth, and I get it, like, it's so, but I don't know how much of that is a facade. Not letting me say a word. She pushed me towards Hades' office softly. No. I don't care how softly. You pushed me. Theo, we'll continue this conversation. Alright. Hurry up. Dude, I'm gonna snap one of her heels off and stab her in the arm. She'll be pushing me. She opened the door and let me in. More like shoved me in. I was still reeling from my conversation with Theo, but I already had to deal with the big boss. I'm glad I gave in to my emotions there. I'm sort of starting to like the more humanity choices. I don't know. Still reeling from my conversation with Theo, but I already had to deal with the big boss. Hades was sitting at her desk going through some papers. Her face was scarily focused. Hey, I wanted to ask if you're done yet. Hayes looked up from the papers. Yes. I was just about to call everyone. We're going to the Fates. Where? You're about to find out. Started gathering her stuff quickly. One thought kept bothering me. The vision Pierce had shown me. The temple where 11 Olympians died. The temple where I died? Maybe I should hear out Hades' version? What if Pierce didn't tell me the whole truth? Which is likely. A penny for your thoughts? Hades looked so natural in her office. The grim atmosphere was adding to my hesitation. I keep learning more about what happened in the past. Did you see something? I guess you can put it that way. Now ask. What do you have to do with the events in the temple? Hades looked at me. Her silence made me feel uneasy. Why are you asking? So I can figure out my past? And how this whole shit got started? Why are you asking stupid questions? I haven't gotten a proper answer yet. If I don't see the full picture, how can I even trust you? Facts! She smirked. Hades doesn't trust you enough. The question of trust is a good question. You don't trust me. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? I'm trying to think what I did to not ever trust me. I've taken like a couple of her diamond options. I don't get it. I don't get it. And so you're not going to tell me your version of the events. Alright. So if you're going to leave me with Pierce's version of the events, then so be it. You're a betrayer. You're a bitch. You let everybody die. You probably killed us all. Fine. I don't care. Fine. That's what you want me to believe? And that's all I believe. And still, I don't have anything to do with it. Everyone had their part in the events of the past. You had yours, I had mine. And it happened in such a way that the curse didn't get me. She was good at dodging the questions. So you did not have anything to do with the temple. What am I supposed to say? I wasn't even in there. Yeah, because you were standing by the fucking entrance. I see. I guess I won't get answers from her that easily. And I'm not going to replay just to get answers from her. For what? That's what you want me to believe? I already didn't like you. You ain't saying nothing but a thing. I still don't like you. Alright, whatever. That's what you want to do? Fine, that's what we're going with? Okay. Are you going in that? Look my stuff over. Is there a problem with it? We should change. Marissa, come here. The door opened and a girl stepped in. He just gave an order and the girl walked out to return in a few minutes carrying several bags. So now you buying me clothes? You don't make no fucking sense. What the hell am I? Why trust me like this? This is strange. Alright, whatever. Hayes get on my damn nerves. Sit your hair and let's go. 1 second. I like the sunrise. That's really pretty. Everybody, let's head out. I hope that is everything you wanted to ask me because we don't have much time. You'll go with me. Others will get there on their own. Why am I going with you? I don't want to go nowhere with you. You don't trust me. I don't trust you. We're willing to be traveling together. But see, once again, I'm just a workforce. Don't have a fucking choice. Just going fucking along with it. But what about... No time to explain. Of course it's not. Push me towards the exit and lock the door behind us. I'm tired of people pushing me. I never even knew a magical shop existed somewhere in the side alleys of New York. Well, after all, it wasn't the first strange discovery of the past few days. Two old women stepped towards us. Who goes there? Clotho. Don't you see we're closed? I'm sure you'll make an exception for us. Henry smiled suspiciously coyly and walked to the center of the shop. Where's the third sister? Have you missed me so much? I said. I love her dress. A breathtakingly beautiful girl stepped out of the door. Do you want the usual, or... You know why we're here. The girl grunted as the old woman muttered something. Of course we know why you're here. But we won't speak. The rules remain the same. She turned to me. The girl smiled, licked her lips in frozen expectation. I'll only speak to her. Come here, child. It won't hurt you. I find it hard to believe. Stare at Hades, stand still, or approach the girl. I mean, not like I can leave, so I might as well go. To hell with this. What could they possibly do to me? I approached the girl. Well, they can probably do a lot, but they don't have to. Good. She's not a coward. She glanced at me and stared at some knick-knack. Come on, Hades. You know how it works. Hades nodded and headed to the exit. When the doorbell stopped ringing, the shop turned dead silent. So, you're looking for one of the Supreme Trio, and you want us to tell you the way. We'll be thankful for any help. I heard quiet, displeased whispering. Did I say something wrong? Never mind. We can't give you an exact answer, but we can give you a small hint. Alright? Just tell us where to find who's. Under Crystal Ball's Labyrinth. The answer is hiding under the Mask of Terror. Should I write this down? Okay. Under Mask of Terror. Guarded by 3 riders that hold the key in their paws. Defeat them and you can get what you wished for. Sounds a bit dramatic. Don't you think? I still laughed quietly. Predictions are never precise and concrete. It's about poetry and metaphors. That's it. Go away, no bother us anymore. But your words barely clear anything up. It's none of our concern anymore. We're too old for this. The old ladies hurried away, still muttering to themselves. I stood in the middle of the room with the silly clue and 0 ideas, but I have something else in mind. You've got a question for us, don't you? Do you want to know how it ends? If you imagine to lift the curse and save everyone? She laughed, but her laughter was ominous. My back crawled. Sure. Are you sure this is what you want? I want to see where this is all going. Do I have a chance to save my brother and the others? Can I save anyone else? Oh, darling. Do you know how many times we have asked ourselves this? There are some things that are predetermined. Knowing them puts your very being in danger. I need to know. Otherwise, I won't rest. All right. Sit down for a second. She pointed at the table. I wonder if I should not take this. I don't know. I sat on a chair obediently while she was looking for something. A few minutes later, she sat opposite me and took my hand. Are you going to read my palm? No, darling. I'm not a charlatan that only wants your money. Then, what do you see? Asa closed her eyes and whispered something. I saw vague images. Some big hall, crimson color. My friends' voices in the distance. Vermilion rivers. I'm feeling uneasy. Don't let go of my hand. A bit more. The visions were turning brighter and clearer. The sensations that were bringing were getting more chaotic. At some point, Asa just threw my hand away and sprang to her feet. She was gasping for air, trying to recover. The mess you'll make. What are you talking about? Sharp headache paralyzed me. Instinctively, I clasped my head, but the next moment I saw something inexplicable. Through someone else's eyes, I was looking at my friends' lifeless bodies lying on each other. So this one's me. Apollo, Aphrodite, Hephaestus. I don't know who that is. I don't see Theo here, interestingly enough. Who is this? And this. The Vermilion Rivers turned out to be blood, and I was sitting in the middle of the hall with the bow broken in two. What was that? Get out. Can I avoid it? Fate's almost impossible to change. Almost. But what about... You got your clue. Now go away. But you never said anything specific. Get out now. A sharp change of her mood was the final straw. I ran outside. Trying to catch my breath, I started looking around. Hades and Apollo were waiting for me around the corner. Well, what did they say? I know where to look for Zeus. Well, not really. You have a clue. For the Hephaestus and Theo scenes, I'll give this one a 4. Episode 3. If you try to hold the truth back, it will produce 1,000 of lies. What? You know about me or them? Well, I hope they're not going to lecture me on being truthful. Chapter 3, Lost Opportunities. What do you mean you know where to look for Zeus? Isn't that what you sent to... I don't know. Well, I don't know now. What did the Fates say? Word for word. Under Cristobal's labyrinth. The answer is hiding under the Mask of Terror, guarded by 3 riders that hold the key in their palace. Defeat them and you can get what you wish for. Oh, good old Fates. So cryptic, but very interesting. Leaning against the wall, closing my eyes for a moment, my body instantly relaxed as if to say it had clearly been lacking sleep. Do we have any labyrinths in the city? Normal, yes. The mythical ones, though. I've got an idea, but I should check it first. I yawned quietly and I noticed it right away. Suggest we all go home. Why? Did you see the time? Don't even try to tell me you're not tired. I good think you want to sort this out right away, but I don't have much use for you if you're all tired and sleepy. Hades gave me and my brother a stern look, and suddenly I didn't feel like arguing. Actually, that's a good thought. I'll stop at one place and then return to you, Hades. And our apartment is right across the park. Can you walk there? Mm-hmm. I agreed that all the questions could be solved in the morning and headed home. The park was unusually quiet, and I get abducted. Loud and filled with people at daytime, it seemed abandoned at night. Absorbed in thought, I walked slowly down the path. The Fates' words wouldn't leave my mind. What was that? Could we really be... I felt like panic was suffocating me. We won't succeed. We won't conduct the ritual and they will all die. Luckily there was no one in the park to see me cry. I wiped the tears away and sat on a bench. What can I do? Feels like I'm at a dead end again. The cold wind was blowing in my face, calming me down. The park felt comfortable and no passerby or unnecessary noise. At some point I thought how I was missing out on everything. Adrian was right about something. Building a career, starting a family. I haven't even lived yet. What about graduating from with distinction, finding my dream job, doing what I love, being with someone I love? So ridiculous. Might as well forget about it now. I couldn't help but smirk. The situation seemed just absurd. Even if I don't get my memories back, even if we lose, I'm gonna live longer than my brother, Aphrodite, Hephaestus. What's the point in all this and then? I'm gonna take everything from life and to focus on what matters. Let it all go the way it does. Focus on what matters or take everything from life. don't know. Human life is way too complicated. Making long-term life plans in such a hurry. I feel like it's stupid to get distracted from the main problem now. I don't know. I took a deep breath, bent my legs, and hugged my knees. A gust of wind got under my clothes, making my skin crawl. I don't think I should consider any human matters now. There's something more important. Unless I've got some spare time. I smiled upon catching myself on such a fun thought. For a while I was busy with my thoughts until I saw an approaching silhouette. A guy was running down the path. Someone has energy for jogging at this hour? I would love a jog in a night park, but I barely have time for sleep now. With all these emergencies. He was clearly heading my way. Only when he ran under a streetlight I realized it was Jason. He probably noticed me as well and turned to walking. Got up from the bench. Jason took his earphones out and smiled at me. Didn't expect to see anyone at this hour. Sleepless, huh? As if I can get much sleep. Jason answered my smile with a chuckle. You're not human, aren't you? I looked at him attentively. He only smiled a bit wider, looking at the troubled sky. Who are you? I won't hurt you. That's not an answer to my question. And still, this made it clear that he wasn't going to reveal his information. However, I needed to get at least something from him. Then, what questions do you expect to hear from me? I don't know. Start somewhere. Pretty sure he knew that. I'll start with the field. Jason laughed. You really couldn't find a better topic, could you? You told me to start somewhere. So I did. Any problem with that? Not really. Still? It's simple. Murphy was suspicious of me from the start. I wasn't going to take the team away from your captain, kid. I had even fewer intentions to get involved in your school drama, but I need a legend, and I fit the role of a stereotypical athlete like no one else. Don't you think? I won't argue with that. Since Murphy was too close, he started to suspect something. He never had any proof, so he was mad. And you reacted to your provocation on the field. That's right. Like a normal naughty dog who got loose. No. Well, I have my guesses, but I didn't know for sure. It was quite an unpleasant discovery for me. What do you mean? I was leading a normal life. Never got into any trouble, had good friends. I had you. And now imagine how your world flips in a moment. Your friends are actually gods, and you have to get back into this mess again. Your friends are, so you're not. How would you feel? It sucks. He raised his eyes to the sky and sighed. Theo's not happy now either. Level with me. You're not a team player. And you certainly don't play for our team. Does it make you an enemy? The fact that I don't play for your team doesn't mean I'm an enemy. Just thought about it for a second. Do you really think I'm capable of this? What does our team even mean? I don't... The thought I was still doubting my choice hit me like a ton of bricks. Jason knew where to aim, and he got to my weak spot. If you're not the traitor, then who is? I'm also curious. No one tells me any details. So why did you come to Hades? I was asking her to shield Theo from the problems. She's smart. She knew what was up. You care about him? In a sense. Are you cold? Why specifically Theo? It's pretty chilly here. It's really not that chilly. He approached me, making me stumble back. Step after step, until I felt a scratchy tree behind my back. The texture was harsh on my skin, and Jason smirked. Are you alright, princess? The princess term is Murphy's, for number one. Number two, you just made me hit my back on the tree. That hurt. You laugh quietly, take another step forward. That's how Murphy calls you, right? Yeah, so... Are you just using it to piss him off, or...? His hands lie on the tree trunk on either side of me. I could easily pull away if I wanted to. But do I want to? What about taking everything from life? I didn't choose that decision. No. Goodbye. I slid down and stepped away. I don't know what you have in mind, but now's not the time. Jason lifted his hands from the tree and straightened up. There was a hint of disappointment in his eyes. I'm sorry, that was stupid. I didn't think it'd scare you. What were you doing? Like, I don't understand. What the hell? Oh, you gonna back me up against a tree, call me princess. Like, that's what Murphy calls you, right? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing that I had with Murphy. Like, you can have your own thing? Yikes. Though if I take into consideration who you must be taking me for, it's not my smartest move. I should go, I think. Want me to walk you? You know, before I make up my mind, maybe I should ask Jason about the Fate's words. Whoever he is, he might know something. Or should I change the subject? Melody? Do you want to ask me something? Looks like at this point we don't have anything to lose. He's not the traitor. I guess it's okay if I tell him. I don't know that he's not, but honestly, it doesn't matter. And if I do leak this information, then it'll give me a clue. Because, like, well, how do they know about the prophecy? Maybe he can give me a clue? Besides, there's not a single word worried about Zeus in the prophecy. I retold the Fate's words to him. Just unfurrowed his brow and thought, well, the only thing I can think of right now is the labyrinth on the university. You got a labyrinth on the university? I'd be more surprised if you knew. Thank you. Who could have thought of the clue was right there? Jason liked that you trusted in him. Alright, let's go home? Yeah, we should. My offer to walk you home still stands. You know what? Thanks. Alright, as long as we're just walking. Happy to oblige. We were walking through the park and chatting about nothing. Got this strange feeling as if nothing supernatural was going on. As if we were just friends coming back home after a fun night. He walked me right to the entrance to my building and then headed on. The moment I opened the front door, I heard the chimera growl unhappily. Yeah, how long have we been gone? Who's been feeding her? Damn, I've forgotten. I'm so sorry, Mingo. Everything's gotten so complicated. The fatigue of the last days was making itself known. I got some food into the chimera's plate and sat on the sofa. Pushed my phone out of my pocket and tried to reach my brother. Seems as if he was ignoring my calls on purpose, so I had to shoot him a message with a clue. Oh, what's going on here? Every time I get closer to the answer, it all gets so much more complicated. Jason's not human either, but he says he's not a traitor. This vision, all of them dead. It's insane. The same thoughts were racing through my head, and I couldn't think of anything new. Mango filled her belly and jumped to my lap. I didn't even notice how I fell asleep to her quiet purring. Phone call woke me up. Why aren't you picking up? Excuse me? When you didn't pick up all last night? Fuck you. Look who's talking. You didn't answer your phone and now you're laying at me? I was afraid something happened again. Same, bitch! You're the one who fake abducted! What are you talking about? It's morning. Get up already. You check what I texted you about? Yes, good job. So what do we do now? We need a certain person to help us. Oh. Your classical mythology professor. Miss Black? What does she have to do with it? I heard through the grapevine. We've got to talk to her. What do you want from me? I borrowed some books from her earlier. Take them and use it as a pretext to talk to her. And tell her what? You realize she hates me, right? So why shouldn't somebody else talk to her? It don't make no damn sense. Tell her about... Can you do it yourself? After Apollo's convincing 5-minute whining about how busy he was, I had to agree. Bitch. That's cute. Mingo, what do you think? Chimera cocked her head to the side and purred something. Auntie says yes. Now? Dude, we like change our hair like in every episode. This is a place of evil. I never even agreed to this. Almost an hour later, I still wished I could see another way out of the situation. Students told me they saw Miss Black at the library, so I headed there. Where could she be? Ah, there she is. Miss Black was sitting at the farthest table reading something. I approached her and dropped the book stack at the table. She looked up at me slowly. What a surprise. You found the books I asked about? I'm here not only because of the books. I know. Tom has already told me about your issue. If he was gonna call her... I can't help you. Took down her book again as if I wasn't even there. Miss Black? What did I do to deserve all this? Like, seriously, if he was gonna call her on the phone, then why didn't he finish to finish the thing and then finish talking to her? I don't understand. Like, dude. You know what? I'm gonna tell him to figure it out, because seriously, fuck y'all. Fuck both of y'all. Try to reason with her or threaten her. I think, like, threatening people is, like, divinity, right? I still haven't decided if I want to be divinity or humanity now. You know what? I'm tired of being nice. Do you want me to tell Tom his teacher refused to help him? I thought you were professional about your responsibilities. But apparently you're not. Just, it's not a good look. Put my hands on the table and lean forward over her. What will the rector think when he finds out a professor got in the way of a student writing his research paper? That's enough. Is it? I haven't heard you agree. Miss Black clicked her tongue discontentedly, but didn't get into an argument with me. Fine. I'll be waiting for you by the entrance in 10 minutes. I'm taking your cohort to the museum. The tour? Damn it, I've forgotten. Now go with us and get what you want at the end of the tour. Otherwise, I really can't help you with anything. Swanch. Fine, deal. To be honest, I was expecting more of this tour. Clearly not a bunch of hungry students who came to gawk at the exhibits only for a grade. Students, please welcome. This is our guide for today. Miss Black just to a guy wearing a green shirt who was standing next to her. He muttered something with a grimace and started reciting the standard tour text monotonously. If this is going to be like this for the next hour, I'm not going anywhere. As if I have time for tours. The world is at stake. And I'm wasting time here because she wants me to. Rolled my eyes and produced my phone. Who do I call? Aphrodite, Murphy, Adrian, or Theo? I want to talk to Theo more. Melody? What's wrong? Are you here? Looks like this is similar statues. Something with Heather? Whoa, calm down. Everything's fine. I just wanted to check up on you. Heard children's voices in the background. Seemed to me that the connection was doubling the sounds. Hold on, where are you right now? At the museum, I asked to join the group. Are you... Wait, are you here as well? Uh-huh. Suddenly the call got cut off. Hello? Weird. Step aside and stopped by a wall. Out of the blue, someone took my wrist and pulled me back. And a few moments later, I was standing in a supply closet opposite Theo. I gave him a light smack on his chest and pouted. You scared me, dummy. He smirked quietly. You look like crap. I look like crap because I'm tired. What's your excuse? 3 hours of sleep is worse than no sleep at all. You start off vigorous and then wonder what year it is and what's going on around you. What's the supply closet? So that no one sees us. Why don't you explain yourself? What the hell's going on with you guys? At first glance he seemed calm, but he was emanating strange annoyance, which started passing on to me. Do you really want to know? Everything I said was coming off as taunting rather than explanation. Theo cast a disapproving glance at me, just making me more irritated. I've told you before. You said you believed me. I don't get half of the things that have been going on. But if you're still worried about Heather, she's alright. Like hell she is. She lectured me on gods and other stupid crap. Made my skin crawl with everything she said. It took me a moment to register his words. She did what? She told you everything? If you mean about your 2 weeks, then yes. Among other things. Oh no. What's gonna happen now? I keep freaking out. I can't cope. I'm so afraid of losing you, my friends. Theo threw his head back, hitting it against the wall. He hissed nervously and looked at me. We were divided by several inches. The sound of his ragged breath filled the space between us. Do you have any idea how much I'm terrified of losing you? Took steps towards Theo, but tripped over something and fell forward awkwardly. Ouch. Watch out. What's up with this music? I put my hands forward and balanced myself against his chest. Theo caught my waist, preventing me from falling. Sorry, It's okay. I blushed. It's a romantic scene. Why does everybody... You notice that everyone in the story has a different song for romance? I'm pretty sure they're all different. Maybe I'm not. I can't remember what the song from Murphy was sounded like. I know Jason's is like this like guitar riff, and Adrian's romance music is like really like soft and stuff like that. I can't remember what Murphy sounded like, to be honest. It smelled like coffee and faint perfume. Why am I even thinking of it? His hands are so warm. Theo raised his hand slowly, caressing my cheek, and reached for me, lowering his fingers on my neck. His hot breath burned my lips. I felt his heart tremble and kept looking at his smile. Theo. I see hunger in his eyes. But do I want it? What became of my taking everything from life motto? Once again, I didn't choose that. You have doubts. You do realize I have the final word, right? How ironic. Theo smiled, stroking the tender skin on my neck gently. One word and I'll stop. Still gathering information. These words were enough. His hands picked me up under my hips, raising me. Oh. Don't worry. I won't drop you. His voice so coarse and languid. His wet kisses were going lower, almost burning my skin. Ouch. His fingers dug into my hips. The position was too uncomfortable. We kept hitting shelves. I'm sorry. It's okay. So little room here. What the hell? Another move and Theo raised me higher easily. Pressed against the wall, I had no better option than crossing my legs around his waist. I felt his flesh getting harder under me. He's certainly glad to see me. Damn it. The tone of his voice grew lower and seemingly harsher. My drawn-out moan bounced off the walls, reflecting with shivers across my spine. I arched my back towards him, giving myself into the power of his hands steadying my body. Oh, I'm supposed to take a picture. I didn't get it last time. Hold on. Do you have... Always do. Okay. I smiled back at him cunningly. Theo turned around and helped me sit on the stand behind him. I hit a shelf with my shoulder and some objects fell down. We weren't too loud, so that no one notices us. I can't promise. He took off his jeans and boxers and reached closer, swooping me into a kiss. Does anybody feel like this kind of escalated quickly? Like, at first I was just kind of wondering if he was an LI, and then suddenly they're like... His hands slid down shamelessly. Oh, what's his name? Swiping over my body softly, Theo helped me out of extra clothes. He moved my penis aside and flickered his fingers against the sensitive spot. Tell me if I do something wrong. It's alright. I bit my lip with his tender touch grew sharper, and he picked up the pace. I buried my face in Theo's neck, enjoying the fragrance of his perfume and the feeling of safety. It was getting harder to breathe. I know. I whimpered, begging for more. His smile boded no good. He covered himself with protection and pushed in. I barely contained my moan out of surprise. You know, I heard about a great game. 5x2. Oh no, you don't. The feeling of being fooled clouded my mind. 5x2? It was impossible to fight his plan. His fingers tugged at my hair, making me arch back towards him. Theo started moving slowly, peppering my collarbones with kisses. Do you remember? 5 slow, 2 sharp. My body was begging for more, but I couldn't fight Theo's vigor. He was teasing me, controlling my sensations and giving in to his. My whole body was one sensitive zone. It was a treacherous feeling. We're nearing the coveted 2. Will you count with me? A sharp push making my body jolt. My eyes rolled back with pleasure. Another sharp push followed by slow rhythm. I spanked his shoulders, trying to wriggle. If only I had a sharper angle or more defined moves. I wanted to move my hips towards him, but I was pressed against the damn stand, and Theo carried on his rhythm I hated. The game was endless torture. I sunk my disobeying fingers into him. My breath got ragged, and I was practically begging him to stop, and Theo couldn't take my whimpering anymore. Now there were just sharp pushes. Theo rested his hand upon the wall, catching my waist with the other one. We didn't last long. I shut my eyes tight, closing my knees. My body shivered with pleasure. Theo made several more pushes and stood still. It's alright. We're fine, okay? He left me slowly and helped me up. My legs gave in and I chuckled. That was incredible. Glad you think so. He smiled softly, watching me try to catch my breath. Theo helped me dress back up and fix my messy hair. Now no one could tell what we just did. Shall we get back? Sure, I think they've lost us already. Okay. So that happened. I found a nook in a corner and watched Miss Black continue the lecture about great battles, magical rituals, traditions. Theo wanted to stay close, but other students distracted him, and I was up to say it was alright and focused on my surroundings. What's the point of the tour if we know it all already? At least they could show us something new. The moment I thought about it, my eyes landed on a huge statue. Yeah, I've been kind of noticing this one. Oh! It's me! Weird how I never noticed it before. Let's move to this exhibit. She was brought from... Why does she seem so familiar to me? As if I saw her somewhere. Admiring yourself, huh? Almost jumped out of my skin. Pierce? What are you doing here? What do you mean? Have everything to do with this exhibition. I told you. Right. I don't remember. What do you think of it? Oh, what should I say? I barely saw it. I don't feel like lying to him. Well, then don't. Pierce gave me a wide smile. Nice to hear the truth from you. Sometimes the worst things hide in a tiny lie. So you're saying that you don't lie? I certainly can. I heard a quick clicking of heels behind us. Oh, hello. Thank you for the opportunity you're giving us. Such an honor. I'd never seen Miss Black in this mood before. She was smiling at Pierce brightly, but the moment she looked at me, she grew serious again. Do you know each other? Oh, This young lady and Tom are good friends of mine. Ah, I see. Nice to hear Melody knows such brilliant people. The way she said it made me shudder. Melody's a smart girl. I'm glad that they kept talking about me. I felt like a small girl forgotten by adults who got too engrossed in the conversation. I really don't want to interrupt, but Miss Black, I recall we have something to discuss. Can I wait until the end of the tour? I turned to the hall. The guy, pretty tired from the students' jokes, was ending his boring tour. No. I would like to solve this matter as quickly as possible. I made emphasis on the quickly part and turned to Pierce. Excuse me about this. I hope you'll have time to discuss your exhibition further. For now, please, excuse us. Don't choke on your politeness, Melody. Affectation doesn't become you. I smiled awkwardly, choosing not to notice his chuckle. When we walked to a safe distance, Miss Black turned to me sharply. I won't discuss it here. The thing you need is back in my office. Meet me there in half an hour. After sending Theo a message that I need to leave urgently, I headed back to the university. I was sitting in Miss Black's empty office and coming up with various curses for her. Old harpy. Not only did she make me stumble around the museum with an unfamiliar group, but she's also late. Where the hell is she? I kept growing more irritated. I fell after a fail. I started to feel as if my actions were devoid of meaning. Tired of waiting, I took to looking at her desk. There was a set of keys at the edge. I really wanted something mean to her. My silly childish wish didn't seem so silly at the moment. The thought of Miss Black, who would get just as mad as I am now, seemed pretty funny. No, this is stupid. I'm not a child. Suddenly the door opened. Miss Black entered her office carrying a stack of papers. She threw them onto the table, sank into her armchair, and took a deep breath. Sorry for making you wait. Students are unbearable sometimes. She half rose and offered me one of the papers she brought. Here, take this. What is this? The thing your brother asked for. The answers to your riddle. Or at least a part of it. Under Christopher's labyrinth beneath the mask of terror. 3 riders that hold the key in their paws. What does this method to do with this? For the labyrinth? I don't know what you have in mind, but all I needed to do was to file a map of the labyrinth hidden underneath the university. So, it's all we needed? A paper with a map on it. What am I? Melody the Explorer? Might have as well have marked Zeus's location with an X. By the way, I marked a zone on the map with red color. It's been a while since anyone went there, and it's pretty dangerous. You've got to be kidding me. Thank you very much. The next time you need help, ask someone else. Until Tom, I thanked him for the books. I got it back. Sure. Choke on them. I rolled my eyes and walked out of the office. Choke. The road to the club didn't take much time. It was much more difficult to wait for my brother, who just couldn't finish whatever he was doing. Hayes was sitting at the desk studying the map closely. Here I am. Did you miss me? Nope. Sure, we were counting minutes. What do you have? I spoke with Antares. This makes me mad because I really thought he was cool in the beginning. Now I low-key kind of hate him. Apparently, he knows the place, but he refused to go with us. Why? Because not everyone is your beck and call? He's not the one who's going to die. Sweetie, you're exceptionally toxic today. And you're toxic all the time. Are you alright? Can I just ignore him? finally rolled my eyes theatrically. I'm gonna be alright. We got sent into a weird labyrinth that might theoretically have monsters in it. The atmosphere was slowly getting heated. Adrian and Murphy will go with us. As backup? At least I trust them. There was a knock on the door and the boy stepped into the office. Just in time. How are we doing this? I chuckled. Shall we? Sure, let's go. Let's bring Zeus back, wherever he is. I'm glad they gave me the opportunity to be snarky, because people deserve it. I'm telling you. Okay. Okay. So the Theo scene was interesting. While I wasn't opposed to choosing him, especially, I like a lot of his scenes. Like in episode 2 specifically. But that I can't help it. It seemed like it felt kind of like out of the blue. A little sudden, kind of rushed. I don't know how into it I was. I was just kind of like just taken aback by the moment. I was just kind of like, okay, this is happening. So I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, if I'm gonna choose anybody to date in this story, it'll probably be somewhere between Hephaestus and Theo. The rest of them, just, I don't know, they're not doing it for me. I know half a year with Adrian, half a year with Murphy. Adrian makes me mad in a way that I can't get over. I can't help but feeling betrayed by him, in a way. Murphy, I don't know. Sometimes he just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. But he was the second person to give me information against what he was ordered to do. Which is nice. And like, somebody help me out. Am I awoken or not? Because the way that Heather talks about it is if I'm not. And Heather has all her memories back immediately. And I don't have my memories at all. I'm just working off of other people's injuries. So, like, I'm confused. Because, like, I'm getting more and more information, and yet I'm not getting any memories. But supposedly I'm awakened and I only have 2 weeks left. But why don't I have my memories then? And why does everybody else have their memories? I don't have mine. Anyway, I'm going to end this part right here. I'm tired. I can't think straight. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit the like button, some love, subscribe, see more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye.